Okay, so right now we will be performing the pre-climb check. So there are three things that the climbers and belayers need to perform, which is the ABC. A stands for the anchor. While we're looking at the anchor, right, see whether is it twisted, open up the rope. Alright, so once it's done, it's B. B stands for checking on the belayer. Alright, so what you need to check is the belayer, the climbers need to check the belayers, whether is it locked, the carabiner is it locked, is it set up properly, the harness is it wearing properly, and then the ropes are organized properly as well. Okay? And then at the end of the rope, right, should have a stopper knot. Okay, when you are climbing outdoors. C is checking on the climbers. Okay, so belayer, you will need to check the climbers whether the figure of 8 is tied in properly. All right, at least and also the harness is wearing properly as well. Okay, so once all ready, what we will do is that we will perform a climbing course, whereby this is actually important for the communication between the belayers and climbers before the real actual climb. The climbers, right, you need to do, right, is to ask the climbers, am I on belay?
Am I on belay?
Okay, so for the belayer, you would need to trim your rope to make sure that the climber's rope is on tight, but it's not so tight, it's straight. At least she is on belay. Once she's on belay, what should you say is belay on.
Belay on.
Okay, climbers, once you are ready to climb, hands touch the wall. Say climbing.
Climbing.
Okay, so belayer, the belayer, when you're ready, right, you can say climb on.
Climb on.
That's where the climbers, right, can start to climb, the belayer can start to belay. Alright, so for the belayer, right, you will have to stand at least a meter away from the wall. The first 3 panels is very important because when the climbers fall, they will fall on the ground. So the belayer, you will have to take in as much rope as possible to make sure that the climber's rope is always on the straight and tight mode. Okay? The belayer, you actually can walk around if you need to, but if you can stay in one spot, you can stay in one spot. Okay, do a big 5-step belay. Okay, 2 hands down. When you feel that it's tight, tell her that it's tight.
Tight.
Alright, so the belayer always have to echo back the instruction when she is ready, so that the climbers will know when to rest. So the climbers, you can rest. Okay? So once the climbers is ready, she will command for climbing.
Climbing.
Right? The belayer will have to respond, climb on.
Climb on.
Okay, so the communication will always has to be two-way. Alright, so this is how we catch the fall, whereby the 2 hands, right, will have to catch it and cut the fall, right, to make sure that climbers is safe. Okay, so once you're ready, climbers, you can continue to climb. So once the climbers continue to climb, she will command.
Climbing. Climb on.
Alright, so right now she will climb all the way to the top. Okay, whereby the belayers still continue doing the 5-step belay while watching the climbers instead of looking at the belay system. So once the climbers reach the top, she will call for tight.
Tight. Tight.
Okay, once it's tight, the climbers will let go and sit on her harness. Alright, so before lowering, the belayers, right, will have to go walk towards the wall such that the rope, right, is not rubbing against the climbers. Alright, the rope will have to be away from the climbers so to prevent rope burn. The belayers, right, will have to make sure that, right, they're away the wall and also closer to the wall such that they have enough leverage to hang on the climbers' weight as well. So what we need to do is that the master hand of the belayer will be below so that you get most control, and it's 90 degrees and down towards the gravity of the floor. Alright, and then the left hand will act as a support system for the right hander. So what you need to do, right, she will fit in with the right hand, and before that, right, she has to make sure, right, there is enough gap in between so that when the weight is too much from the climbers, the belayer's hands will not stuck inside for the in the ATC. Okay, so she will command before she lower.
Lowering.
Okay, that's when she starts feeding the rope from the right hand, and the left hand will be acting as a support system. All right, it's always have to be 90 degree down. All right. All right, so lastly, when the climbers reach the ground, the belayers will have to show 2 big slack for the climbers, 1 and 2, so that the climbers are able to release herself.